You see the basement. I call it it the basement venue. It's not really the basement. It's like first floor. They don't have basements here in Hawaii, right?
No, hot.
It's too hot. Yeah, I grew up in the Midwest, so there's always basements.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother episode. So you guys may recognize Auntie Joy Auntie Liz from, AHUMANU. You've been in Jordan Soon.
Yes.
A number of bands. You play solo, duo.
Yeah.
You're part of, you're a manager of a girl band we'll be talking about.
Yeah.
And or you just might see her at a show supporting.
Yeah.
You're a fan too, and that's really cool.
I am such a fan. I think the Maui scene is amazing. The musicians on Maui, it's like, having ripe fruit on every tree. You can't go anywhere and get bad fruit. I think the talent here in Maui is fantastic. So yeah, I everywhere I go, I'm like, wow. So just to be a part of that scene, I'm just lucky.
Well,
I love it.
We're so lucky to have you. Let's get this party started.
You know it.
With some sonic therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting Liz Morales.
Hey. Well, I'm going to start with a Hawaiian song because, my whole career of being on music, I make a living just playing Hawaiian music. I'm so lucky. But this one in particular is special because it reminds me, hey, you are Hawaiian. You come from this place and you can be proud. Helena ma ke alahele e huli vahi ma ke ia ma popo auai ke hoi ka home I loko ku vai ua hoi mai au and I will always understand that. Woo. Oh, you're too kind. Stop it.
It's a round of applause.
I see that.
Hawaiian.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's important for us, those of us who have that kuleana, the blood runs through our veins. We have to make sure we do right by the people, our fellow Hawaiians, and so I'm sure I'll probably get a call and say, Liz, you said that word wrong in that verse. Ke maupopo he Hawaii. So I understand. This is who I am.
I love that. When did you learn as a child Hawaiian? Was it always part
I
of
come from a very
extension?
musical family. I have to give kudos to them too. So I should get started with telling about my family. We come from Hana, Maui. I also have a Samoan side of my family. My dad's pure Hawaiian, so I had a partner once that would joke, she's pure Hawaiian, and we want to sell her puppies. That's my first band was Louise Alvarado, and she's from Lauoho, and we had a blast. She's fantastic. But my background is my dad's pure Hawaiian, and the family comes from Hana. I have a lot of very musical family members, cousins who are out there in the scene right now. Danny Girl, Josh Kahula.
I love Danny
First
Girl.
cousins. They're fantastic, beautiful people.
Enough said all day. We had Joshua last year.
I know.
Yeah, he's
I know. So, I am nothing without my family.
That's
first.
great.
So if not for them, I would not have had the examples of Josh's mom. Her name is Elizabeth. We call her Sweetie. And she was my first big influence in the music, because she would play anything effortlessly, and she smiled through every single song, every single experience. There was not a time that she didn't make that stage rock just by being near it or on it. Or, she'd be cooking in the background with an apron and run out on stage and sing a song and then go back and finish cooking. So that's the people I come from. Danny Girl's mom is another one of my huge influences, Auntie Makala, and she's still with us today. And whenever I get the opportunity, if I can, I will play for hours with that woman.
Yes.
And we'll play everything from the Lennon sisters to, she loves her country music, Hawaiian, and so on and so forth. So I have to say first, mahalo to them. All of those kupuna who came before us. And that's where I get my gifts. On my Samoan side, the Polynesians, they just sing and just break out into 6, 7, 8-part harmonies without much prompting. You just have to give them a stage, and they'll sing for hours and days. So that kind of is ingrained. And so to that side of my family, my mom, I hope she gets to see this eventually. The Fuata family from Samoa. That's my ohana side.
John Akapo? Do you know him, the blues singer?
No.
Okay.
No,
I believe he's Samoan. I just don't know.
Yeah.
He's fantastic, too. He's like the Johnny Cash of Oahu.
Oh, really?
Samoan. So whenever I have an event with him, it's like crazy.
I believe it.
Crazy.
I totally believe it. I totally believe it.
It's so great.
These people
wow,
just
you have
love
such a
music.
great family.
Yeah.
The roots, your tree.
Yeah.
Wow.
The tree is strong.
It is strong.
Strong,
It's some good news for Hana. So we're very close with Becky and Skylar. They run Hana Arts.
Oh,
so
sweet.
they just got in the top 20 in the USA. They have a chance to get a grant to have concerts.
Ooh.
So they'll get like this huge grant, and they'll be able to put outdoor concerts on. And it's an arts grant. And
That
we
is so
just made it
interesting.
up there with like cities like Green Bay.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's so cool. So congratulations to everybody who shared and voted.
Yeah.
It's really important
Yeah.
to Hana's kind of right now, I don't know if you know, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's
I
more
believe
of an
it.
art scene.
I know.
They have an open mic at Koki Beach
Yeah.
on Saturdays. And there's just a lot of fun live music events going
That's
on,
funny.
and nonprofit, and raising money for families, and you know how that is.
I totally do.
I love it there.
Totally.
Hana, whenever we go to Hana, I come back, I feel better.
Yeah.
It's like dipping in Iao. You feel better for a few days. It's
Yeah.
like you go to Hana, you feel better.
I think once you make the turn past Huelo, that's when all your stress just goes out the window. You roll the window down.
Your phone doesn't hardly work.
Nothing
It's great.
works. Yeah, you gotta listen to what's on the your CD player.
CD player.
If you have one, and
Or the couple
that's-
radio stations that work in Hana. Or like two.
Exactly. And so your blood pressure lowers and stuff like that. The funny thing though, I think about Hana because I spent a lot of time there, and growing up, I don't remember everybody, which is the worst part about my personality. But they'll remember you. They will know you, and they will know you, who you came from and where you come from. And they don't care, honestly. I'm sure they're very proud people. But they're okay if they're, left alone to be whoever they were. And, that's when I think
love
know.
that.
Yeah, they're super chill.
Oh,
Super
wonderful.
chill.
And
Lot of
one of my
people.
favorite songs you guys do is Hamoa.
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually put up a little, like, what's your favorite beach growing up in Hana? Where
I
did
do
you
like
spend time?
Hamoa. I do like Hamoa. Hana Bay, also, it's near and dear. But, yeah, those definitely. I think my favorite beach is older. are the surfing beaches, but I'm a South Shore surfer,
Yeah.
not a North Shore surfer. Sorry. I've done it a little bit, but
we have so much good stuff to talk about. We're here live we were worried about we having enough to talk about. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Thank you guys so much for being here. And don't forget, this is a gig for our talent. So up right there, we've got Venmo. You can tip AHUMANU. And thanks so much for being here. Liz, what do you got next for us, baby?
Let's see. I'm going to do a song that's off of our first album. It's not much. It's kind of a Hapahale song, but I believe it was first recorded by the Paradise Serenaders. And it talks about this beautiful town that we're in filming right now. Kahului.
Ooh, Kahului has a song.
I know. Who knew, right?
Who knew?
Kahului does have a song, and it was put together many years. So we call it Hapahale because, it's the topic is Hawaiian, and the words are in English, so that's half. So, half foreign. Bet you never knew this. In Kahului, on the valley, aloha nui, with a great big smile. You take a short walk down to the ocean, holo holo to Haleakava. As the seashore kisses the mountain, everybody wants some more of Kahului. Kama'aina agree. It's Kahului for you and me. I'm going to build my holly in town, my honey and me. We're gonna settle down to live in love in Kahului. You take a short walk out to the ocean, holo holo to Haleakava. As the seashore kisses the mountains, everybody wants some more of Kahului. Kama'aina agree. It's Kahului for you and me. I'm going to build my honey in town, my honey and me. We're gonna settle down to live in love in Kahului. My heart is there in Kahului. You don't know how many times I get that wrong. The ending.
Well, you nailed it. I wouldn't have known.
I get it wrong all the time. It just depends on the day.
I have to say that's quite catchy.
Isn't it?
I was not expecting a Kahului song to flow so well. It's one of those weird words when Kahului.
I know.
It's one of the phlegmy ones.
It's one of those locations too that there's really not much to brag about.
Well, when I first got off the plane, I thought, I'm in Maui. And then it was like Kmart. Krispy Kreme. I was like, we have that. I don't know why someone's excited about these donuts.
Exactly.
Or like the restaurants that are opening now in Kahului. Everyone's so excited. And
right?
When I was on the mainland, they weren't that exciting. So it's so interesting. So yeah, support local.
Support local. Yeah, for sure.
So, how many albums does AHUMANU have?
Ooh, okay. Wait, 1,
There's
2,
so many.
3,
Scrolling.
4, featured in 5, 6, maybe I think we're featured in at least 7 albums.
Yeah.
It all started with our friends over at Ululoa Productions. I have to definitely give some love to Laurie and Jake Rohrer. When I was on the radio station, I was on Radio KPOA.
Nice.
And I was a disc jockey for plenty of years.
Nice.
Raised 3 children on the radio.
Yeah.
Brought them all to the studio.
How wonderful.
And when I left the radio, because I said to myself, I'm going to be a full-time musician. That's all I want to do. I took a leap of faith, and then I went up to their studio and said, hey, I have a friend, and I'd really like to record her before she passes. And that was Auntie Bessie DeMello. She's our very first. Yeah, she was my very first manu, you know, from AHUMANU. So I said, I just want to do that. Before she leaves, I'd like to leave a legacy and have her record an album. And we did. We recorded one song, and then they said, how about we invite you to our label? And they did. And at the time, it was Le'ohu Ryder, Cody Puelpata that were on the label already. And they were, it had to be Hawaiian. You know, they didn't entertain non-Hawaiian music. And I was blessed because of that. So mahalo to the Roarers from Ululoa Studios in Haiku. And that was our first example, or our sample of music. So we did that, and we created the cover. And I'm like the group Chicago. I don't want my face on the album of a cover. You know, you ever notice they got all these, but you know, it wasn't left up to me towards the end. I know. Art. So I just preferred the art, and that was nominated for an album. For a hoku, the art, and the cover art was done by Wailea Artate.
Yes.
Yes,
wonderful.
when she was playing.
She's been doing a lot with Amy and Naili'i.
And then.
She's a Makawa girl.
Yes.
She's been doing all kinds of cool
family.
stuff.
She's
beautiful
like,
family.
She's like a rock and roll star right now, you know, in that field. She's doing really great. And so we recorded several albums with Ululoa Productions. First, second album were done with them. The third one was self-produced. The fourth one was was produced by, he's going to kill me. Oh gosh, he's gonna kill me. We were out in Oahu to do this one. It'll come back to me. So bad. And we were featured on a few, like the Wahine album from Ululoa Studios.
Nice.
We were also featured on the Lahaina project recently, and a Christmas album.
Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, I guess we kind of have a bunch of stuff that we are featured on, you know, all thanks to Ululoa Productions in the very beginning.
I love it.
Tucharon, Dave Tucharon.
Of course, Dave.
Yes.
He's worked with.
Kahi aloha.
He's worked with a lot of
people.
Like Jeff Peterson. He's worked with.
Yes.
Like really.
He's amazing. He's got
fantastic.
Like this ear, this like perfect pitch ear.
I've never heard anyone have a problem with him.
Yeah.
And being an engineer producer, there's always something.
Yeah.
But he was always like gave the artists enough room to be creative, but
sweet.
Melded them, you know,
He's
in
sweet.
the right direction.
He's a nice man, but he does have a way.
Of course.
You know, I like all the greats, you know, they have a way. They want you to, you know, come in professionally. Get here. Let's do some work. Let's,
I know.
You know.
By the way, I have to give you mad respect. You are the first and only guest that has been not only here and like we were ready to go. We could have started a half an hour ago. I mean, she was like mama, like
time is money. Time is money, baby. Places to go, people to see. You know.
We're so happy you guys are joining us here. Don't forget to tip the talents. We've also got Cody Quintana, our sonic wizard behind the scenes, volunteering his time and energy.
Love him.
You can tip him at CQ Audio on Venmo, and don't forget AHUMANU on Venmo. I'm Trish da Dish. I'm so proud to have Auntie Liz here. This is so cool. What are you going to share next?
Well, I want to say you can tip Cody. You don't need to tip me on AHUMANU. Tip Cody more. If you were going to tip me anything, just pass it off to Cody, because one of the things I have to say, working in this industry, you meet a lot of people, you meet a lot of talent, but the guys behind the scenes, they are the ones that you really got to have mad respect for, because if I sound bad, it's their fault. But if I sound great, it's also theirs. You know? It's also theirs.
100%.
So if you think I sound a little bit okay today, it's all Cody. So, you know, just pass your tips over to Cody and take care of him. Any, okay, since we're going to Hana. And I didn't sing this song on the album. It was actually sung by version 3's AHUMANU bass player, Kihei. But it is one of my favorite songs, so I think I'm gonna do it. Can't do it as good as she did, but I will do it. I fell in love at the Hana Ranch on Maui, where the tropical skies and the mountains touch the shore. I left my heart at the Hana Ranch on Maui. My heart doesn't lie, he's the right Kane for me. Perfumed, fragrant flowers of every hue, birds that sing a love song ever new. Down at this perfect paradise, the Hana Ranch on Maui. It's a Shangri-La, it's heaven waiting for me. Perfumed, fragrant flowers of every hue, birds that sing a love song ever new. Down at this perfect paradise, the Hana Ranch on Maui. It's a Shangri-La, it's heaven waiting for me. It's a Shangri-La, it's heaven waiting for me. Hana Ranch, song entitled Hana Ranch.
Listening to you, I'm like, I feel like I'm on a boat. I've got a cocktail. Everything's
Like yacht rock.
Okay. Everything's good.
You want me to rock and roll? Because I can do that
Like
too.
we can rock too.
Girl,
all right?
let me
Trish,
just
I'm
tell
not
you.
just mellow.
I'm not just mellow.
I could
You know,
rock.
but actually, it's funny because we talked earlier, and I do believe, especially the local, the Hawaiian boys, they can play your Hawaiian music because that's how you make your money.
Respect.
Yeah, and then they can also turn it up and just go way
Shoot.
crazy with the
Willie
some
K.
Of the, oh
Took
yeah,
that to
exactly.
Henry Capono.
That's an
is
example.
in every
Of being very flexible, they can do all this kind of stuff.
Tavana's the new rock star.
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah, he's been
He was over at the Ritz Carlton too, and he did excellently.
fantastic.
Yeah.
The Ritz Carlton, I was like, great segue. I was
Oh,
going to talk to you
ooh.
about that. So we were supposed to have you here earlier this month. We were going to talk about the Ritz, but now it's kind of nice because we can kind of talk about how it went.
Yeah.
And I mean, the promotion on that was fantastic. Thank you, Jordan Soon.
I know.
It's nice to have a young artist behind the realm,
behind the
behind
madness.
the wheel when it comes to social media.
This
They're so good.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's any young kids that want to do my social media, call me. I'll pay you. In
Yeah.
I'll pay you in tacos. We'll talk.
Right?
No, I'm just kidding.
Boss Taco says okay. Boss Taco said yay. Yeah, the Ritz Carlton was,
You
it
created
was-
an experience. It's not just you playing in the lounge.
Yeah,
I mean, it
yeah.
was quite an experience. It
it
looked beautiful.
turned into an experience. So recently, the Ritz Carlton has decided they want to feature guest artists every month, and give their guests, their hotel guests, a little taste of the island scene and stuff that's going around. So it's primarily for the guests. And our promoter, I'm going to call her the promoter for that event, is Mapuana Samante. And she's been she's like a sister / manager for me. And but she kind of promoted this particular event with AHUMANU. She talked us up. She, talked to the staff, the management, and said, if you guys want to do this, you should have AHUMANU. And, sheepishly we arrived and we did our thing, and it was a knockout. It was great. It was well attended. Didn't expect to have that many people. It was well attended, and I think the people enjoyed themselves. They got a little taste of everything.
All the videos I saw, it just looked like such a beautiful.
It was
time.
fun.
And you
It
were,
was so
and
fun.
I love how you all. It's so classy, and I don't know if this is just because it's traditional, but you always match or have some style that's cohesive, and you always complement each other. It's very I know, it's beautiful.
Is that
to the
unusual?
eyes. I don't see many bands do that as much. Some like I know I know John Kua and all his bands. They always dress in sharp. Nice. You know, Shay Derrick. She always has her bands dressing up real sharp. But you are you guys sponsored by a clothing company?
We should be.
Shoots. Let's get
Let's
one.
get it happening.
Doesn't Jordan?
You know.
Hey,
Jordan. I know.
Get on that.
Jordan's.
So yeah, Jordan is he's like Maui's local pop star. I mean, how do we even say him? Because he just sing, but he's like pop. He's like pop local. I don't even know.
He's like a
created his own genre.
He kind of does, because you know, and I've been, one of the things that happened over COVID was that he was so eager to just put his music out there, so he started Zooming his own show and calls Auntie Liz out of semi-COVID retirement. And Auntie Liz shows up with her guitar, not knowing exactly what to expect. And he goes and puts these shows on. And we're having a great time. But he chooses music that he's too young to know. You know? He's a young guy. And he's chosen a lot of the 50s, 60s. Well, even his parents are too young to know it. They're too young to know it. But, you know, he's got it's...
Old soul.
Yeah, it's a little old soul kind of music, and he's very not shy about promoting himself and promoting his music.
The stage presence is on
fantastic. It's on point, which is something that, you know, I'm moving into helping other bands and helping other younger groups do what I do. Yeah, it's my kuleana to pass it on. And one of the hardest things to do is to develop the stage presence. And I can't tell them enough, you know, your audience will forgive you if they love you. You know, and he's easily loved. He's one of those people that, you know.
You don't hit that note right. They're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, but he's so cute. You know, that kind of thing. Some of us have to work hard. We got to make sure we sing all of our songs on key. But, you know, if the audience loves you, you know, they'll be okay. So it's, I come from the school of, I'm an artist, but there are people watching. And I want you to have a good time. I'm an entertainer. You know, if you like country music, guess what? I know a country music song. If you like rock and roll, guess what? I got one. You know, so you try to make at least everybody happy. And Jordan he does that. I got to work on Jordan's Hawaiian repertoire. Because I think that might help him out a little bit.
Extend his
But, you know,
versatility.
he's typical of many of the younger performers nowadays. You know, they're really going into that field. You know?
And the band, I mean, Joe. What's Joe's? I just call him
Cool.
Joe.
Oh, Joe. You know, I call him Brother Joe.
Brother Joe. I don't know his last name. He's Brother Joe. Okay, well, Brother Joe.
Brother Joe.
What a sweetheart.
Yes.
And I love his relationship with Jordan, how they back each other up.
Yeah.
And then Pohai, who is supposed to be here today.
Pohai.
We love you. Pohai Diaz, she is, I mean, a master percussionist.
I call her a master percussionist.
I think she's one of the coolest percussionists.
Yeah.
Her feel.
Yeah.
Like the feel, like,
Unbelievable.
and she can play. She fought, like when I was watching her live with the Jordan Soon band, you could tell she was making
on
it,
top of it,
weaving it all together.
Totally.
Yeah, and now she's joined AHUMANU, which is so exciting. That's
you know, one of Pohai's greatest skills is she's loyal. She's such a loyal person.
Wonderful.
And I gotta say, I appreciate getting to know her a lot more. And she's always there. She's the first one. Pohai, I need this. Boom, it'll happen. You know, she'll make it happen. She'll do what needs to be done to get, you know, be solid. There for you. She's really solid. So today I had to kind of give her some space, because tonight we've got a show. She's got to work tonight. She had a full day. We're doing drums.
Yeah, you're superhero.
Yeah, she's a superhero too.
You are too. I mean, you had 3 gigs yesterday.
3 gigs, I know.
3 gigs. When I talked to you, like, I have 35 minutes, and part of it will be on the poly. So I'm like, so we're going to lose about 10 there. And it was like perfect. And Cody and I had the perfect time. We called you. We were like set alarms. And you're just efficient. And you know what? I like what you said. Time's money. And you're back. And you're back. I mean, you're full-fledged doing gigs.
We're doing stuff.
You're like, I love what you said. You're a musician that's getting paid. This is it's refreshing.
One of the
Joshua
things,
Kahula too. The whole family.
Josh.
He's in Vegas right now at the Festivals of Aloha. Isn't he? Shoot.
That's big stuff, right?
That's huge. I'm trying to get Chino in that next year. Yeah. They need comedy. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Let's make it happen. I think, and I'm going to say this because I think one of the things, like when I started playing music in this industry, which goes back a while, I wasn't the best musician. I wasn't the best singer. I just entertained people, but I was on time. You could count on me. I was not a flake. So I think part of, the reason I'm still working today, and I'm under the radar. I'm okay with that. I don't need to, people don't need to know me, but venues, when hotels need a performer here and a performer there, I'll come with my stuff. I'm ready to go. I'm not going to waste your time.
Sound men talk about you in a positive light.
Oh my gosh, I love them.
They told me to tell you hi. Hey, that never happened. Hi, Ashton. Like, what the heck?
Because we work together. It's important. I just want to make sure our working environment is great. I'm not a diva. If I sound flat, that's my fault. I'm so sorry. I'll try to get better. But I think that's advice I definitely want to pass on to the younger generation. Yeah.
Like Shania, Shania is I call her a quadruple threat.
Right?
She's multi-instrumental. She's beautiful. She can sing. I mean, what can she do? Let me guess, she's a scientist on the side.
Well, I said this at the show, which made everybody giggle and laugh. But she can do everything, but she can't drive. Oh, she can't drive. She's from this generation of kid, and you gotta get to know them. That lets mom and dad drive you, and they're okay not to. They're not rushing to get their driver's license.
Rushing growing
no
up.
rush.
They gotta be on their phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep up with their followers on the drive. There's no time.
I'm telling you. So she's cute because she can do everything but drive. So sometimes I try not to call her for a gig, although we've got tons. But I try not to call her for the far gigs because I know her mom or her dad's got to drive her there. And I feel
actually
so
met
bad.
both her parents.
Right? Aren't they beautiful people?
They are.
They are so beautiful.
All the parents I meet.
I know. They're
Jordan's
fantastic.
parents are wonderful.
Yeah, I know.
And
That's super helpful.
It's really. And Shania is part of
Kapilina.
Yep.
So during our COVID, one of the projects that came up, I got a call from one of the mothers of, actually 2 mothers from this talented trio that was just starting out. And there were 3 young girls, Emelani Kekawoha, Schultz, and Kamakana Kava'a, and Shania Lee. And they said, let's just show our girls how to, do things, share some knowledge, share what you know about the industry with the girls. And then I did, and I listened to them, and I was so overwhelmed, excited with, I was a fan immediately of these 3 young girls.
The Promise.
Mm-hmm. And they sang Hawaiian music. They played their own instruments. Big deal. It's a big deal.
Woohoo! Wahine.
Exactly,
Power.
wahine.
Yeah.
And the whole wahine scene also. So I called a couple of my friends. I called Auntie Hoku Holt, Dr. Hokulani. Dr. Hokulani. I called her and I said, hey, you got to see these girls. And she says, okay, I'll come. And then I called Alaka Ipaleka.
Nice.
All these Manawahine, I called them. And I said, you got to check these girls out. And then during COVID, they came. We went to the Y Bar. Shout out to Johnny. Went to the Y Bar, hung out in the back, and we had a little rehearsal. And the ladies were immediately smitten, with the potential of this band, Kapilina. So we decided, hey, let's just produce an album. And we did. And it was nominated for a Nahoku Hanohana Award.
Wonderful.
A few. And, it was right during COVID, so we couldn't go anywhere. But they did their thing. And I hope they feel a little accomplished. They did a great thing.
Are they going to continue, or are they all kind of gone different ways?
They've all kind of gone different ways. You know,
They're
education.
young.
Yeah,
They're young. College.
I think
young.
Emma was
high school.
Emma was
college?
a junior when she started, and then she was a senior, and she committed. She said she wanted to commit to her last year of Kayapuni. You know, so can't interrupt that. Yeah, got it, girl. Go.
Don't worry, Shania is on our radar.
Shania, on the other hand, you know, Kamakana should be on your radar too, because she moved to Oahu. And she's in that scene there. So she's amongst the young kids and a lot of the Hawaiians. She's got a beautiful falsetto voice.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I don't know. You can't call it falsetto, so I'll call it leoha'i, you know, the female version of the ki'eki'e. And she's doing well there, so look out for Kamakana Kava. Shania was the one that was very, I want to play music. And is still doing it till today. You know, she can play everything. She can play keyboards, fantastic keyboard player. Bass. She plays bass so well, some guys won't even play if she's in the studio.
A girl that plays bass is the best.
It's rocking.
I love it.
You know, and
if you can't handle that, see you, sir.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that won't even touch the bass, you know, when she's around. And then she also plays the trumpet. And all kinds of, you know, she was in the Maui High School band.
When she sang a solo at Jordan's show, because he let you all kind of have a solo, which I love. Aunties were crying. People were like tearing up, and she's unassuming. She's like, "Thank you."
Yeah,
like
extremely
she's
shy.
And then she could send. She's like, "Thank you very much." Yeah, and you're just so taken with her. I'm a big fan of everyone you surround yourself.
Oh, you're
with.
so funny.
It was funny. Like I picked you to do. Not I knew like AHUMANU or Jordan Soon, but I'm like I love every member of the band.
Yeah,
that you're in. You're also multi-talented, and you do an array of shows, and you know, and you're making original music. You're also honoring traditional. It's a cool thing. Thank you for doing that. It's cool.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for doing it. Keep it up.
Yeah, I think one of the easiest things to do is work with these people.
Yeah.
They're not a lot of attitude, just a lot of, all right, let's do it. Let's have fun.
Well, we feel blessed here at Maui and Home. This is number 60 that we're featuring a Maui musician. Let's hear a little more sonic therapy from our friend.
I almost feel like I got to do something a little off the...
Yeah, take us where you want.
Okay, so I joke. I'm going to do a short version of this song. So I joke that, you know, country music, when I was working at the Hawaiian radio station, whenever we went off the air, as you know, radio stations can do, immediately all of our listeners would go to the country music end. You know, they'd listen to the country music station. So, and I think the 3-chord structure kind of similar to the Hawaiian 3-chord structures. So, you know, there's a lot of similarity in the country music. More the old style.
Maui's country.
Yeah, we are.
We're out here.
Yeah, exactly. Country is something I do enjoy. Marja's a great country singer. On our band, you know, she's fantastic at that. But I joke with my husband of 34 years this year in September. Yeah. That the writer of this next song is my future ex-husband, Chris Stapleton. I don't know if you gotta get you know, rights to promote this, but how does that work? Can I sing his song?
You can sing his song.
Okay,
we can't play his song.
Oh, okay, got it.
Without him knowing, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, this is one of my favorite songs. I'm gonna make it short. I put that record on, baby, you know what song, and I listen to it, I forget the words again. I don't know, I can't let it go. Yeah, it's about to drive me mad. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band in some college shop bar where it's not on 9 air guitars? Or is it something to get you through? Radio station, heart keeps breaking because you're hanging on. Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? Is it a feel-good song that makes you drive too fast? One that gets spent when I'm passing past, the kind you can't help but singing along. singing, whoa, whoa. Is it headphones on a downtown train? Window seat on an outbound plane? Is it LA, sunny or Memphis blue? I wish I knew, I wish I knew. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band in some college town bar where it's 9 on 9 air guitars? Or is it something to get you through? On a radio station, tears keep falling and hearts still breaking 'cause you're hanging on. Or is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I put that record on, baby, you know what song, and I let it play again and again. Oh, that was bad. I get forgetful.
I don't know his music, so for me
Are you
that
serious?
was no. I mean, I know who he is.
Stapleton.
I know.
I know. Husband. Be kind when you use his name.
Jack White's my future ex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny. Well, you know, his Chris Stapleton, my poor family, they had to listen to his music over and over. I did the whole YouTube playlist for hours, and they're like, Mom!
Mom!
Not
love that.
again!
How many? So tell me about your kids.
Oh, I've got too many.
Too many.
My husband and I didn't know how to have them all together at one time. So I've got one that's 34, and the youngest is 14.
Oh, okay.
So she's I joke, that's my menopause child, you know. And so they're different in ages. So there's like 9 years different from the first and the second, 5 years from the second and the third, and another 4 years from the last two. So
Oh, you're super mama.
what was I doing?
Yes. Living life.
I know. In such a way. So
And magic happened every once in a while.
I
every 10
know.
years.
I know. And my daughter is, she just started high school. So I am finally out of elementary school, out of intermediate school. I'm telling you, you know, all the Mayday programs and the Auntie Liz.
Yeah, you're like
For years. So
Yeah.
I'm finally done with all of that stuff.
you're like no offense, but
yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm
I think I'm
good.
good.
Are
So-
they in music or sports? What are their
No,
interests?
none at all. Sports, yeah, we had a little bit of an athlete. You know, I don't know what it is. Maybe I intimidated my children, but they won't do it in front of me. You know, but I've heard them. You
They'll
know, they
pick up
were
a guitar.
Yeah, I've heard them sing. I've heard them be part of musical things, but they won't do it in front of me. You know, I must be scary.
I think some of your kids maybe can know. So the first time I met you was at Stella Blues.
Love
AHUMANU.
Stella
So
Blues.
you had this
Yeah.
crazy following.
Right?
You're
it
happy.
was
They were like, when you weren't there, they were like, where's
loyal. I called
very
them
loyal. Even like visitors who would come back, like I call them snowbirds.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a great spot.
That
I
was such a
miss
great spot.
Stella Blues.
And it was nice because
Hale
my
and
kids,
Kihei.
ranging
kids.
at different ages, could come
All
have
the
dinner.
kids. The
Exactly.
one at the bar,
The one at
the
the bar, exactly. The one
playpen.
in the car seat. We had them all.
seat.
They could all come, and it was such a great place. Kale and the family, they were just fantastic. Took care of us all the time. We made great friends from that experience, and that was AHUMANU, the first AHUMANU. Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Wow.
Chapter 1. Oh, actually, that was
like
kind of
13
chapter
years
2.
ago. Wow.
Right, girl?
12, yeah.
A ton
I'm
of
thinking
years
about when I
ago.
started doing events at
Yeah,
Stella's.
yeah. So that was actually AHUMANU 2, because AHUMANU number 1 was a trio. Number 2 was a duet with myself and Joni DeMello, who we traded because I taught her how to play the bass, and she taught me how to surf. And so we would do both. So we would go surf in the day with the kids, take them to school, drop them off, and then my husband would pick up the kids, and then Joni and I would surf all day, get in the car, and go to work. So we'd shower off and take our instruments and go show up at the pool. I mean, the lobbies and whatever venues we had to play at. So, that was the days. Before AHUMANU, though, I was in a band called Lauoho.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Lauoho means hair.
Oh,
Yeah, and we never take ourselves
gotta have big
seriously.
hair,
Exactly, and we
ladies.
had big hair. Wow, thank you. See, I'm telling you, be nice to the guys that do your sound. They take care of you. Tea and everything. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, so I think from the very beginning of my musical career, I never took myself super seriously. The name of the band was Lauoho because my partner at the time and myself had big hair.
Big, beautiful hair.
We had big hair. And, we actually did rock and roll music. We played over at Henry's. Do you remember Henry's?
Yes, of course. The biker bar, baby.
The biker bar.
Which is now
we had a following
Kihei
there, too.
charter school, which is always makes me feel weird.
I know, is it crazy? But yeah, we had some great experiences at that venue.
And Hapas, I bet.
Hapas, we did Hapas. And so we also did Kahales. We did Life's a Beach before Life's a Beach. We did all of that.
You're getting down there with the gritty.
I paid my dues with that band.
Yes, you did.
Because we did.
Now you're at the Ritz.
Yeah, now I'm at the Ritz Carlton, the Four Seasons, the KeaLani, and, the Westin. Thank you. So I paid my dues. Played with bikers, played all kinds of. My song was I'm the Only One by Melissa Etheridge. Yeah. That was the one that I had to sing all the time. And when I did, I'd like throw my voice and then this vein would pop out in the middle of my forehead and on my neck. And they were like, yeah, more.
They're handing you shots. Here, you
Yeah,
some whiskey. And clear that throat.
Just messing my voice up even more. But
Melissa Etheridge at a biker bar? Yeah.
I know, right? It was so funny. But we had fun. I loved those days.
I bartended biker bars. Some of the best money and times I ever had.
Right? Oh, my gosh. I got some stories.
And also I have people on the island, they're like, if you ever need anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, I'm just saying if I was saying, that's what I'd be saying. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? I'm like, I'm Italian. I get it.
I know what you're saying.
It's Italian, like local thing.
I know. Cool story. I love that. Cool. I totally dig that.
You guys, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of We Still Have. Yeah, we're doing well. We've got about 2 more songs. Maybe.
What?
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? See? It's crazy. So don't forget to follow AHUMANU. They are on their chapter 4, which I'm loving all the social media posts and new photography and bio updates. As somebody who does that, I was like, ooh, refresh. I love to see these musicians on their game, so make sure you follow them online. And, of course, don't forget, all of these episodes are online at mana'oradio.com/mana'o-home. And mahalo to Michael Elam. He's been keeping me technically sound online. And the whole team, I have, like, someone who does the Facebook event, someone who does the Instagram. It's like Annie Byrne and everybody at Mana'o Radio and Karen, they all are so helpful. And thanks to all the DJs for promoting these. This always takes like a village.
Yeah,
every show. And so I'm just really grateful. And mahalo for being here. What are we going to have? We have 2 more songs.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Second to last.
I was like, wow, that's okay.
I know, it goes so fast.
That's not so bad. So this song that, sorry, I have allergies.
Oh,
I'm
me
terrible.
too.
Me too. And with all these lights, I'm afraid something's going to be shining and glittering, that would just be wrong.
No, you look great.
So this song was written by my daughter when she was a senior in high school, and she needed a senior project. And the way I remember this story is that days before the project was due, she came up to me and said, Mom, I got these words. I need to make a song, and the end product is supposed to be a CD, a single. So can you help me? And I was like, wait, what? And I need it by the end of the day. That's the way I remember the story. It could be wrong. But I said, all right, well, let's take a look at the words. And through the help of Laurie Rohrer and someone else, I'm really bad with remembering things. She put the words down. I threw the music to it, and we came up with this little ditty. It's a song that reminds Hawaiian children that you should pay attention to some of the songs that are out there, are available to help you remember, your culture. It helps push your culture along. So pay attention is basically the bottom line for this song. I hope I don't have a brain. Hui. Song is entitled E Ho'o Na'awau E Na'opia. E hui mai ka koa e ho'olohe I na mo'olelo na wahipana o Haleakava o e kaloa o puamana e himeni ka ko na mele pili ana no ke ia ai na nei. E hui mai ka koa e ho'olono I ka mo'olelo na wahipana La o ai ka loa o pua mana e himeni ka ko Na mele pili ana no ke ia ai nane E ho'ola hui e na manu o Hawaii He apana I na mana na mele E ho'oulu I ka pono E ho'ona au au I na opio E ho'olo no kako na molelo Mai ka wā ka mali no nali Kaulana I no hoa o punila Kaulana na pua o Hawaii Kupa ama hope o ka aina E doi kako I ka mana O na kupuna me ko lako I kai ka ho o ka lahupua I ka wā e na lako I ho I ke mai Ke ala hele pono I holo mua kako E ho la hui e na manu o Hawaii He apana I ka mana o na mele E ho ulu I ka pono E ho na au au I na opio E ho ulu I ka pono E ho na au au I na opio Di 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 di
You did it justice, just fine.
Oh my gosh.
That was so fun.
It's funny because I have this iPad with all the words on it, but I'm too afraid to go turn the words on.
You're like,
I know, it's like it's purposeless. I got all this.
I know, but it's just a stage
Yeah,
prop.
stage prop. I know. Can I
You've
have a
been playing
stage?
it.
Yeah.
And please tell us about your beautiful guitar there, Tay Tay.
Oh my gosh,
it's
Tay Tay.
so warm and delicious.
I know.
Tempa was commenting in the other room. She just loved that sound.
Yeah,
It's
I gotta say, I really like playing the nylon string guitars because, especially when you're soloing, it's full. It's a round, full sound. And I went to Bounty. I wasn't supposed to buy a guitar. I went there to buy, I think, strings.
Yeah.
Walked out of there like I always do. I feel like I do this a lot here at Bounty. With this beautiful Taylor guitar. It's not a very expensive Taylor, by the way. It's reasonably priced. They don't use the super fancy everything Taylor kind of stuff. And it's got a great pickup too. So can't see it, but so yeah, I call her Tay Tay.
I love her.
Although she has a brother who's sitting in the car right now.
Oh, no.
And I love him. He's a GS Mini and he's Tay Jr. Because it's a
TJ.
small one. It's got a beautiful mahogany, look to it. I love playing that guitar. It's steel string guitar, smaller GS Mini, smaller size. This I like because of this little, I don't know what they call this beveled corner. But the other guitar is in the car because it's acoustically beautiful.
Oh.
It's what you expect Taylors to sound like. But I don't really care much for the pickup. Sorry, I know it's a little boring and techy, but just so you know, the pickup's not the greatest. But
Hey, you like what you like.
I know.
And you've been doing this for a long. It's like when you find something you like, you
I
go
know.
with it.
Yeah.
And you're so busy too. Is that your trusty Tay Tay? Is that the one that comes with you?
I wish I could say yes, but for a while, she came with me for quite a few gigs. But then because I'm playing guitar with Jordan and, with Nara Boone is one of the more recent professionals I've been able to play.
Future
was a
county
fan.
council member, perhaps.
Future county council member. I wish her luck on that. But so I play all different
She's
kinds of
awesome.
guitars. And quick story. When my husband and I got married, I said, I'm not much of a jewelry girl. If I can have jewelry, that's great. But, when we buy our own house, we have to have a music room, or, can I get any instrument I want? And he, 34 years later, he finally understood why I needed that. But they all pay for themselves.
Yes, they do.
As soon as the thing about musicians, you know this, you can justify it because it pays for himself.
Oh, of course.
As soon as you play the first few gigs, done. It's paid off.
We've had a lot of Grimes guitar owners here.
Really?
And they're like, yeah, I put my name on the list and I'm still, I worked that gig to pay for it. And it's 3 years later they get it and then they barely play it out because they love it so much.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do that.
So you guys, we have one more song from Auntie Liz. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was number 60. Can you believe it?
Congratulations!
And we couldn't do it without the support, of course, Backlit Buddha Studios, Mana'o Radio, and our underwriters this year, which is Venture Physical Therapy, which has just been nominated for a Mayor's Small Business Award. Woo woo!
All right.
How exciting! And then also the Playground Maui, the multi-faceted music venue there in Wailea, who had Catch a Fire last night. And just a legendary show. They've got a world-renowned DJ tonight, Flosstradamus. And then tomorrow night, indie sensation Goth Babe's going to be there with Maui sweetheart Lily Mayola. Yay. And that's sold out. So just a really exciting things going on. Just so happy to see all this music alive on the island and to be a part of it. And actually, our next guest, he's been a huge part of the West Side aspiring music scene. He does all the open mics at Kohala Brewery. Alex Kalma. Kalma, and he's a singer-songwriter. He plays ukulele and guitar, and he's going to have a violinist, I believe, and a bass player with us, I believe, for our show next coming up. That's going to be the second Thursday in October. Sweet. October. I can't believe we're already to October. That's crazy. So mahalo to Alex. He sent me old school, in the mail, his CD. Aww. It came. I felt so nostalgic. Aww. I opened it and it had a little note, and he signed the CD, and I was like, right on.
Classy.
That is a classy.
That's a class act.
And he's bringing a violinist. I mean, we're good.
And I just showed up.
And you just oh my gosh. Oh, you walked in stage ready. That's what I told her. I was like, she walked up the stairs. I'm like, she's camera ready. I mean, half of us are not camera ready when we walk up here. So thank you once again. And guys, don't forget Tip the Talents. I'm Trish da Dish. Here's our finale, our Hana Ho. Thanks so much for being here, Liz.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for asking me. Thanks for putting up with me.
No, you're awesome.
I wrote this as I witnessed a wedding right here on one of the shores of Maui. And I tell the story that, of course, the groom is super nervous. And it's one of those just bride-groom, witnesses, kahu, musician kind of venues. Not much, but he was nervous. And when he turned around to see his bride, it was as though no one else existed in the world. It was just him, his bride, and I think we had to remind him to breathe because she was so beautiful, and he was so taken by her looks and her presence. I was moved to write this mele for him. All the golden sand, walking hand in hand in Hawaii, my Hawaii. By the ocean blue, I will say I do in Hawaii. My Hawaii. A touch, a kiss, we sway. You take my breath away. Ua noho au kupa I koa Take my breath away. Yes, my love, it's true. I'm in love with you in Hawaii. My Hawaii. In Hawaii, my Hawaii. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mahalo Trish, mahalo Boss Taco, mahalo Boss Cody. Love you guys. Backlit Studios.
Thank you so much. And where are you heading? Let's give a little shout out to the venue. I don't know anything about this venue. Give us a little down low.
Our little band is heading over to from 8:30 to 10:30 this evening. South Side. We're playing at Haleakava. Haleakava is this fantastic place. No alcohol. It just sells kava of all sorts from various Polynesian influences, and you got to try it.
It chills you out.
It chills you right out.
Chills you right out.
People are great. It's friendly, and it's kind of become the hangout for all of the South Side luau show workers. They'll come by after they're done. All of the giggers, they'll stop by. So you might see a hula, you might see an impromptu performance. So you should check it out. Shout
and that's
out
a regular
to,
gig for you.
It's
every
one
Thursday?
of the regular gigs.
Yeah.
The other regular gig is not every Thursday because our time, it's usually a Friday. We're also at the Shrimp Hale in Lahaina on the west side. So shout out to Heidi and the crew over at the Shrimp Hale in the Shrimp Hale West. They do Mele Aloha Fridays from 5 to 7 or 6 to 8. Sorry, I should know these things.
We need to get you a manager.
And then where else are we? We're going to be over late night at the Westin. I'll do that with Nara Boone.
Yeah.
Just Nara and myself, a little duet at
Nara
the Westin.
And you together?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Oh my gosh,
Delicious.
it's so fun. I wish, I can't wait to do more. But we'll be featured next week at the Westin late night Fridays. So that starts at 9 o'clock to 11:30.
Ooh, like go to dinner and then go have like a lounge.
It's becoming a place. It is.
Ooh, I love that.
It is. It's becoming that place.
Well,
so come on by.
We had such a pleasure today.
Well,
I adore you. And
Thank
now
you.
we got to share you with the Mana'o family.
Right
and
back at you.
our friends here at Backlit Buddha Studios. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you missed the episode, it will be up online on YouTube and also Mana'oRadio.com. I'm Trish da Dish. Keep it real for the homeschool. I'll see you guys in October. Peace, love. Woo-woo!
You're fantastic.
We did it!
Yeah, we